Basics here, we are down towards the second final match for today, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are going to be heading off in towards the map of Miramar. As you can see, the planes are taking off in towards the desert hot plains of Miramar here, and the teams are going it up.
I think it's going to be Erangel. There's no more Miramar map here today, by the way. It's only Erangel and Town for the last 4 games. And for those actually watching at home, thank you so much for your support and love, especially if you guys know that we are not actually the official casters, but thank you so much for the official ones. Jason Kaplan, Maxman Silverwell, John Allen, Blank, Hot Jukes Imperium, for giving us so much support and so much help. Because we're not in Dubai, we hardly have any information about what's happening behind the scene, but you guys keep us updated. And also Woofy and El Dogi, even though you guys cannot join us here today, but thank you so much as well for helping us behind the scene. We know that you are frustrated for the viewers not getting your your homies, you know, the old casters, but you only have us. Okay, deal with it. Just deal with it. Okay, things happen, and we're happy to have, you know, sharing this moment with you guys, because it's a heck of a game just now, and we're gonna see more from these guys. Can footballists outshine what Zeus have to offer? Footballists used to be one of the teams that being undermined back then, but they go in strong for this tournament this time, but they kind of get sloppy here now and then for now, and Arrowwolf Singers for them, they kind of got the momentum. They got some sort of a energy miracle coming up for them in the tournament before, and then it's like the first starting few weeks of the leagues, and suddenly they just slope down the hill very fast and descending, and their performance is just cowering back in their cave, scared to get out, scared to make something new, scared to step up their games to show us that they are more than they have all the calibers needed to be in the world stage right now.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same time here in the map for Erangel, Zeus is definitely the team we are going to be watching out for here, because as of now, they're the number 1 team here. They've got 102 kills totally here by the end of day 3 potentially here. But can they keep up the momentum here? Because as of now, they've performed out of their minds, very consistent run every single map thus far. And is the fatigue gonna start kicking in here? We shall see, because as of now, up on screen, look at this, Zayo. Ooh, what a insane stat here, Shu.
One more player we've seen here today, just now. We saw it almost
wow.
7K, but hello! Hey! Naughty Sook, and there you go. They got themselves the first blood without anything on them, and A1, it's gonna be A1 Esports getting the first blood with the victim there, and they are not happy about it too. You know, getting Sinister out from the game. Sinister is one of the most crucial player in A1. I have to give it credit for them. He's the scouter, and they lost their scouter for the team of A1, and that cost them quite a lot. They have no information gain at all once Sinister is out, and this maybe will be covered by Dante later, because usually I notice Sinister, if he's out from the game, it's going to be Dante who's trying to be the front line and be the scout for him instead. So they already handicapped since the first start, since they land. So is it going to be okay? A1, they need to gain back what they lost. They need to get more trades. They need to step up their game. Think about what they have to go for now. They need to fix on one strategy to fix their positions. On the side of head-to-head, the average kills is going to be ZL and Order. Yes, I'm waiting for this head-to-head, because before it was with Paraboy, but the one that I think for Zio to be worth really close head-to-head is going to be between these two.
Yeah. When it comes to these 2 players, right, like we are looking at the 2 potentially best kill leaders in this season themselves here, especially in the global championship, right? Like we've seen them perform very consistently thus far. We know a lot of players such as Luxy Zuxi, who's pretty much no strangers to this leaderboard as well, especially coming from Big Draw Rayleigh. But as the game progresses here, teams are maturing here. Look at this. Like if you pay attention towards the history from back then all the way to now here, we have seen major changes in terms of the competitive setting here in globals here. We've seen a new roster coming from Team Secret, a new roster coming from Team Secret Jin, a new roster coming in from all these teams from all over the world here, and that just shows how hard is it to make into this difficulty of the game here. But right now on the screen here, we do see the circle coming in here. We do see RRQ going to be holding up Pochinki for themselves. Team Secret, Malay is going to be holding ruins for themselves. We do see Alpha 7 in Rosal. Nothing out of the ordinary. You had Bigatron still holding the farmhouse. Football is taking Novo for themselves, which is formerly Bigatron's hometown back in the days during PNCO. Unfortunately, it's going to be considered in the hands of footballers. I would say Konina Power is going to be having built up for himself. They are one of the latest, I would say the furthest away from the zone, except for Aerowolf as well as PW88, who's actually taking Zarki for themselves. Interesting.
The thing about the circle in Erangel, I mentioned this to Clark before, is 9 out of 10 circles just favoring around Gatka region. I don't know why. This new patch is like, previously it favors like a few weeks before in the entire league in the seasonal. The 4 weeks long tournament is like always on Sanoska military base. Now this is just during the grand finals of the championship itself. It's just always on Gatka. So I have to say the teams that actually secure the Gatka mountain will actually get a huge advantage here. It's a paramount position for them to get at the highest point, standing point of Gatka. And I'm looking at Zeus making their way through there. Can they make it on time? That's the question, because there's so many teams might want to contest their wrestle themselves up towards that mountain. On the start of the athletics, they now slowing down a bit in terms of their aggressiveness. They're not as aggressive, not as outgoing as before. They're just a bit conservative that we're looking at. A bit too careful now. Same goes for Nova. But Nova kind of ups and downs. It's down to order. If you actually just watch in detail about Nova performance, how they rotate, how they move as a team, they always let Order to make the cue first. If Order can actually open up a window of opportunity for the whole team to rush in, that's where they said it's a go. But for Bolly's side, this is interesting. He's playing around the shoreline, playing just around the coast, on the outskirts of it. But maybe they're hoping for the same circle as previous one, the outskirts of Jogopur. I'm not sure if this is going to end up there as well, but they are high chances sometimes. The circles with the same maps of the same day ended up at almost, won't be the same, but similar place for the last few circles.
Well, that seems to be the trend here. However, football is taking the safe approach here. Going to be zipping past the usual spots of Milta Town here. We might see potential teams actually gatekeeping their way through. We know Bigatron Aliens kind of do that from time to time, but footballers, they have been extremely quick on their rotations ever since. They know teams will plan to do stuff like that. So they've been doing a strategy where teams, well, they've been avoiding teams relatively early here. It's a risky play, but it's worked out for them. But once again, we'll always be looking at footballers for now, as they do tend to tentatively have a very early rotation. We need a power here. We'll get a couple of shots in. They were what the team's going to be ducking in Milta. And this is exactly what footballers deals with this sort of situation, right? They anticipate what the enemy teams are going to do. And they've worked out ever since here. But as of now, it's going to take a couple of shots in here. They've got a lot of chip damage being done here from Konina Power. And I like how Konina Power is pretty much anticipated here to try to get a couple of kills against footballers. But unfortunately, all they did was pretty much do a couple of chip damage towards vehicles here. However, Konina Power, they need to loot up a little bit more here. Look at this. They don't exactly have level 2 helmets yet. Pretty much under-looted as of now, but footballers, they're going to make a run for here. Raum doesn't exactly have first aid. He's only got a med kit, so not the most ideal situation for footballers, but in desperate times calls for desperate solutions here too.
Desperate time, desperate measures. But footballers did it well in backstabbing before. I don't know why. They suddenly change their playstyle sometimes and always being backstabbed by 4 a.m. Usually they are the one that coming out last for the rotations. 4 a.m. like always, they're doing the same thing over and over again. They're not going to get into the circle faster than the rest of the other team. So they will rest things out, pincerring each other out, and just making sure the only few teams surviving later will be the contest for 4 a.m. On the side of Zeus is different story. They just go and get along with whatever they have. They just play along with it. We work with what we have. We shape whatever that's actually moving in front of us. And if tragedy strike, then that's too bad. If it turns out okay, then they're happy. They don't have expectation at all. They're playing with their free will. They are having a pure passion for the game only, nothing else. that have themselves in that mind, and it's a good sense to actually have a good performance for them. And in Team Secret here, we have Alpha 7 on higher ground, but they don't have that much covers except for a couple of vegetations with Car on Alpha Mafioso side. I'm not sure if he can clip anybody at this stage, because I think Yuhai don't want to overpick himself. He knows, he get the sense of the idea that Alpha Mafioso is holding himself a sniper rifle. Mark Toy on the other end trying to go for the flank side. There you go, he's charging in, going forward. Couple of smokes being tossed, making sure they got covered, but grenade has been raining upon them for Alpha 7. Straight away, they removed themselves from this really tough position, and Mafioso didn't make it happen. He didn't make it on time. He's on the ground.
Great flank here coming from Matt Toy as well. Mafioso overextended a little bit here. Tried to go for the pixel snipe on towards Yuhai Boy's head. Unfortunately to say, it looks like Team Secret took advantage of the situation. That's going to be a huge knock for them. However, scopes has been expected coming from Alpha 7 here. A lot of utilities being made here. Meanwhile, another fight is about to break out here. We are going to be seeing the guys from DA against Zeus here. Is this the right target you want to be fighting here? Because as of now, there's a three-way showdown here, as Na'Vi is casually third-partying this fight as well, as Zeus going to be caught out and open here, but Wallace is going to secure himself some KP. But the vehicles are moving in here. They're starting to roll up. DA is going to be the first team to bail out of this fight. Meanwhile, Na'Vi tried to capitalize on the situation, unfortunately misses the timing window. So DA making a smart call here. They will retreat with one player lost. Here. Team Secret here continues the fight against A7 here. Mafioso gets picked up from the rest of the teams here, but the rest of the teams of F7 here are taking the make a play. Let's bail out this fight. Meanwhile, iShot's going to be scouting ahead for the team here. Interesting role switch between Matt Toy and iShot, because he is going to be flanking a big one here, trying to capitalize on this situation here. It might be a big one here coming from Team Secret, but A7, will they get this read here, True?
But the thing is, iShot, it's more than enough for utilities. Look at that. He shot himself quite a decent weapon there. I think that's going to be AUG. And now iShot is having a great time coming up from the flank side. But mind you that we saw RQ around the corner. I'm not sure if they're still lurking here somewhere. And we cannot spot their position just yet. For Na'Vi, they're fighting against Zeus. Zeus triumph today is their day. But will it be stopped by Na'Vi here? Will it be denied for their next chicken, or at least the top 3? They cannot lose more points. If not, it will be swapping places with 4AM and Nova SQF for the overall standings. Now, oh boy, he needs it for his dad. He needs to make his family proud. He is more than motivated to make sure Na'Vi can make ways for top 5 later today. But Na'Vi approaching it very slowly for Zeus. He's trying to find a position, but the smoke is too thick for him to see through. There goes trying to spray it for blind. Reload his magazine, not gonna clip anybody just yet. It's a bit subpar. Hoping it will be a Kobe now. Pray and just tossed it. Didn't make. Oh, he got it. That's worth his time. One kill. He backs off a bit. Disengage, reposition, reassess situation. How many members of Zeus are there in this compound right now?
A huge drop there coming from Oh Boy. That's going to be a big one for them. But do they want to take the full commitment right here? Because they've done a lot of damage here. Meanwhile, the fight with A7 as well as Team Secret is not over here. Yuhai gets a huge one against Mafioso. And pretty sure Mafioso, he's pretty much got his vest as well as his helmet pretty much shredded to pieces here by both Matt Toy as well as Yuhai. And this is not looking good for Alpha 7 here. But looks like they will turn tail and bail out this fight here. Mafioso, we have done all we can. We're out of this picture. You're all by yourself. But nope. Looks like they will try and commit to this fight here. Looks like they will say, leave no man behind here. Because as of now, Yuhai Boy, he's got a really huge flank here. He's trying to find that push to actually go in for a really tricky play here. But as of now, it's going to be a really hard one here. Mafioso doesn't show himself yet here, but Yuhai Boy out in the open. And Team Secret, once again, they're making the risky plays here. They're not afraid to go ham on these people here, considering it is, after all, only the third circle. Meanwhile, Alpha 7, they are still holding down the fort. They've got a couple of weaponries left, but do they exactly want to fight here? Because right now, they've got a lot of gunshots. They're afraid of third parties potentially here. Meanwhile, Nova XF, they are going to be seeing Paraboy here going a little bit aggressive here. They do scout out the guys from AS, as they are going to be getting a couple shots in DP. Heaven is pretty much very low. Leon as well. On top of that, looks like they will try and heal out a little bit more here, Chu.
Now A1, they lost so many members here. Now down to only Shy caught. Can he actually not get caught? Or will it be Charlotte get caught here for him? I'm sorry with the puns, I cannot stop myself. But on the side of Smoke, Na'Vi, There's going to be trading grenades for them. Matic's trying to scout things out, but there's a bit of a thick smoke in between. He tried to trade over with an M416. Oh, barely make it out alive. There's no way out. Oh my god, he got caught there. For Shy caught. It's Shy, but he got caught. I'm sorry. But yeah, Navi finished it off with a strong, solid one more kill. Kills 4 of them for now. 4 teams. Members of A1 Esports is down. First team to be out, but Secret is not done yet. They're still fighting against Alpha 7 for such a long time. This is one of the longest battle when it comes to a few circles already. They're still going at it. And now the next circle, it's gonna be Pachinki.
Yep, and seeing how the circle is as well, RRQ has not left the vicinity, so that's going to be prime for them here. Mafioso, he manages to find himself a nice little bush to actually hide himself way here there. So Yuhai is not going to be able to stop anyone yet here. Meanwhile, another fight is about to break out here towards the open fields of Pachinki. We do see BTR going head-to-head against Konina Power here, as Konina Power Frozen gets knocked out for guys from 4 a.m. So this small little ditch for both these teams here is going to be momentarily for them. As the nades are dropping bit by bit here, teams are going to be slowly crashing away and collapsing on towards their vicinity. So they have to try to figure out what's going to be the next game plan here. BTR definitely having the upper hand in that regards in terms of territory. So they will have a little bit more in terms of vantage point. So will they be able to get out here? Because as of now, BTR, they're getting overrun by PW88. And that's not what I was expecting at all, because apologize for a little bit of delays there, because on our screens we kind of missed out on the action. But as of now, BTR looks like they will lose out of position here. That's gonna be Luxi leaving all by himself to clutch it out for the team for BTR. Meanwhile, PW88, they will go head to head against KP, as they are going to be sharing each other's compound here. A couple of mollies has been duked out, but Konina Power is going to be playing the safe card here. They are on the other side of the circle. They are still in it, but there are still 49 people alive. So that's going to be a long one here. Meanwhile, Team Secret, the story between Alpha 7 and Team Secret is not over yet. This love story is never going to end. Who is going to be the victors out of it here? Because right now, this toxic relationship is getting out of hand here, and Mafioso actually dropped down all his back on top of that just to snake his way and try and catch off a potential kill here. An interesting play rather early here, but will it work out eventually? Let's just see. Mafioso has not moved yet, and Team Secret, they're still checking every single corner. Alpha 7 and also Team Secret not giving an inch at all yet, True.
This conflict is going on way too long, even though they're still inside of a safe zone. But mind you that just now, Bigatron, I do want to mention that they swapped out swap out Liquid with Micro Boy in exchange position. I'm not sure if keep on swapping your teammates actually give you a good dynamic and chemistry, but no, Rex overpicking himself. Nobody knows Mafioso's position. AKM shooting out one. You got maybe two. No, but it's gonna be UI get better revenge. Alpha trading 1-2-1-4 now, and Team Secret, where would they go? Yuhai being knocked down by Law. Law finish off Yuhai. It's gonna be free kill for them. And now Mafioso is still waiting for the revival. And Team Secret try to reposition themselves, go for this engage. But in the meantime, it's not just gonna be Alpha 7. Zeus tapping out for Matoy. And they got clumped up now. Team Secret, this is going to be a triangle battle. So they are stuck here, cornered. And the next circle is really crucial for them to make sure that they can make it out alive. And they're not being blessed as well. So this is going to be a predicament for Team Secret to just get an exit out. But how?
For the perfect bait here being played by Mafioso. He's got knocked twice here. He's not afraid to throw his body to go in for the bait here. He thrown his way through, wait for the right opening, and he got it for the team here. What a big one there coming from Mafioso. However, the game will continue here. PW8 here in the ditch as well, alongside with Konina Power. They've been sharing their trades after trades here, but this next phase of circle is going to be a cool one here, because as of now, they need to go for the exit strategy. Look at this. A nice knock name here. PW8 try deny them of those vehicles there. And now once again, Acer gets knocked out once again here. They want to shut down Konina Power's exit strategy, and it's kind of working out a little bit here, but the damage has been done. PW8 will say, you know what, it's time to bail here. They want to go in for the push, but is it the right time now? And seems to me it is going to be one here as well, because Konina Power, they are already going to be blailing out here. Fortunately for them, they have the Dacia on top of that, but can Frozen and Acer get it in get to their teammates here because PWA will bail out first. Looks like they are going to get a little bit greedy here. Frozen looking for a prime position. He gets the perfect time here. He gets one. Compi gets taken down, and Canadian Power will finish him off, and that's going to be 1 KP in the fact here. So that's going to be the wait out game in the hands of Kanina Power, whereas the rest of the team, both teams going to be knocking those guys of Pochinki here. We do see Team Secret J going to be holding down the southern section of Pochinki here, and now PWA will find himself in the deep, but he is going to be succumbed to the high ground angles coming from Team Secret J, and he's going to get knocked out and shut out. So Team Secret J is going to be getting a couple of freebies there. Meanwhile, Pochinki Urban Warfare, not the easiest terrain to play as well here. As we can see, the teams are slowly congested in the vicinity of this town. We do see shots are getting shot from every single direction. Meanwhile, Alpha 7 tries to finish up the guys from against Team Secret here. They've taken a little bit too long, but fortunately for them, they will take the northern approach here. Meanwhile, Navi will have the upper hand here as they have the high ground of this northwest approach on the church here. So this church is going to give them a lot of information to work with here, and we talked about how strong in terms of information gathering is, especially when it comes to the church vicinity here. Whereas the rest of the teams that are trying to sneak their way into the Pochinki Urbans here is not going to be looking too good for them here. Will the Navi boys be able to overcome all odds, because they've got every single information needed of where, in this case, every single position of all the teams is pretty much roughly around as well here. The mental picture is that there's approximately 4 to 5 teams in the Pochinki vicinity here, Chu.
I'm here. And back about Arrow Wolf starting out to fight against PWA, which got eliminated at 12th place. We're down to 10 teams now. Back-to-back 2 teams lost, including Team Secret, who have only a couple of members left just now. Navu caught in the open, but old boy got himself the abandoned church on the higher ground. He tried to pin down 2 angles at one time. Alpha 7 will get down to the spring, but it's a bit subpar. He's not connected so far. The rest of Navi tried to find position of Alpha on foot, while the rest of the Alpha 7 scattering around. They are being dispersed by the firepower of Navi here. Alpha 7 covers 4 now, but 4AM is aiming them from the back as well. 4AM always come in as the backstabbers, and now Alpha 7 just got killed by 4AM instead of Navi. I'm sure they are mentally devastated right now, a bit disappointed, but they cannot do much about it. And now 4AM marching in, they will clean sweep everyone, taking the advantage as the third party. And 4AM just taking all kills possible, coming up from the backside. They're coming in to bulldoze every single team to decimate, but didn't expect Kanina Power to show up themselves up there as well. So RRQ fighting against Kanina Power. Kanina Power aim on 4AM. Navi got caught the attention of 4AM as well. And now 4AM, they need to stay low for a bit. And Grenade Killer here, Paraboy, showing off he can actually stand up to par, just like we hope he will be. And he will show the order and him stands shoulder to shoulder. But on Zeus side, managed to get 1 grenade kill just now, but Navi, they're holding strong this angle. They got themselves the abandoned church higher ground elevated the field of vision, but for how long? Kanina Power on their side, Zeus keep on bombing every single team possible on the eastern side, southeast, while the northern is too busy that they are just shooting whatever they see that move. Maybe if it's not moving, as long as something that pops out, they're just making sure they toss all the nades possible.
Oh, now he's with a big punch. He gets a nice knock here. However, the trades are coming in here. Sven, 33 Sven will take it here. Navi taking a little bit more damage. The meanwhile, OM still will hold down the line here. Kanina Power tries to third party this fight. 33 Sven gets taken down from Navi here. 4AM, they're going to be in some trouble. They're pinched in both hands here. So it's going to be the last man standing from the side 4AM. He tried to make a play, but Navi held on for as long as they can. They made things hard for 4AM. That's going to be the opportunity for them to actually rotate next phase of the zone here, because as of now, Smoke still taking advantage of this stretch here. He's going to try to finish off Smoke in this regards. Meanwhile, Kanina Power, they are going to be trapped in the hands of RRQ as well. It's pretty much in the compounds of Pochinki. So he has no way to run. He has a Dacia, but to what avail? He's all by himself. That's going to be the most important fact here. Meanwhile, in the Pochinki side, we have Zeus going to be holding on to compounds. Likewise from RRQ. Right below them is going to be another team as well. But Na'Vi, they are thinking to flush out Silk, but Silk will take down. Oh boy, as he's going to be the last man standing for 4 a.m. He tries to keep things alive here. He does have the name here. He's looking to lob me onto his boat. He knows roughly where he is. Can he lob the perfect name? Oh, a little bit too off the mark here. A little bit higher. Might have bounced off towards the cliff here. However, Smoke going to be holding down the fort here. He's going to drop another nade once again. Does he connect? No, he does not. Meanwhile, Na'Vi, they're going to be focusing the guys from the southern section here. Now, Nova going to be in some trouble here. King going to be having the cover off the loot here, but at the same time, he's got his back a little bit exposed here. Mati gets a couple shots in, but he kills himself up. Meanwhile, Navi got only 5 kills here. Meanwhile, for Cheeky Warfare is coming in. Zeus going to be the one to keep the guys here from the south side. Team Secret Gene is going to be going for the rush as well. They will shut off Aero Wolf as Team Secret Gene will make it to the top 5, but now they are going to be pressured by the zone. They need to clear out every single thing here. As of now, Zeus is going to be holding down the top side, and Team Secret Gene, they want to push this because as of now, they're getting shots. Zayu playing a little bit cheeky. He gets to Abeli. It's going to go clutching for a team. Now, one-on-one for him. Can he go for the fight? He goes for a drop shot and he loses that fight. And Abeli clutches it for Zeus. And Zeus lives to tell another tale. But no, he gets counted out by RRQ Athena. Oh my goodness, you.
But still maintain that top 5. It's not a bad position just yet. But Nova SQF might exchange the number 1 spot with Zeus just now, because if they can take this chicken away. But Na'Vi, I have to say, I have huge respect for them. It's a miracle how they withstand so many firepower come out towards them. It's gonna be that bombardment coming out from Nova. Now they're climbing up and down to only a couple of members of Na'Vi last here. And Nova, Order, and Jimmy, they're still going for the grenade games. RRQ coming out from behind. Can be the veterans. Can the old champions used to be kings get back their crown? No, Jimmy denies it, and now they're taking G9, and Beer and D2E kind of scattered all over the place, being too focused and orderly for D2E. He cannot be the person that trying to take down Jimmy. Beer's taking his attention towards Jimmy's side, and D2E fighting head-to-head with Order. Now can be the best fighting against Order. No, not yet. Order still stands up. There will be Nova SQF now taking this game again. And now Bia, the only person remaining, the only hope for RRQ, they toss a Molotov, try to fish him out, flushing it out for Bia, but not gonna happen. Order and Jimmy try to approach it on both sides. It's gonna be Nova SQF